Running a little bit late here, but same old, same old. Um, same old, same old. Same old New York Giants. Just off the bat, as I walk in here and set up, I watched the Raiders just run right down the field. Makes no sense based on the competition that we've played the last couple of weeks and how well we've played them. And all of a sudden, the Raiders come out with a backup quarterback and run right down the field. So, not surprised at all. I didn't get to see any of the early games, but Washington won by 3 against the Patriots. I didn't even know we had the ball. I didn't even know we had the ball yet. I thought that this was the first drive of the game. But I mean, people are going to say, "Oh yeah, Daniel Jones, his neck still hurts." I didn't see those misses though, but I believe you. I mean, he probably came out and messed them. Who did he miss it? Who did he miss it to? Who was he throwing it to? Because like at this point, we just continue to go. Evan Neal false started on 4th and inches. Oh my gosh. I really thought that that drive I just saw by the Raiders was the first drive of the game. Yeah, this is something else. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I didn't even know we had the ball. I just saw the Raiders with the ball, and I'm like, oh, they must have been putting together a pretty long drive. But it seems like we got the ball and didn't do anything with it. So Saquon and Wandale. Let's see if I can find either one of those plays. Let's see. Can't find it, but I'm sure he missed them. Dable was yelling at him. I mean, Brian Dable, unless he gets a really, really good quarterback, he's his days are going to be numbered because he cannot continue to yell on the sideline and lose his mind the way he does. He's got to get a quarterback who rarely makes mistakes because he is going to completely unravel as a coach if he can't keep his composure on the sideline. Yeah, I mean, listen, I've been slow to back Jaden Daniels as a future Giants quarterback, but as he continues to play better and better every week, I mean, I kind of got to give him his respect. I mean, he can throw the ball deep very well. He can really throw it deep well. Um, I was so frustrated last year as an LSU fan with Jaden Daniels because I just felt like he was holding our receivers back. But this year, it seems like he's actually, making the plays that need to be made. Look at Paris Campbell making some moves, and he's out to the 27 on that kickoff. And that's a good point. Giants defense is flat. I've heard people say that they think that the Giants defense is they think that their ability to or motivation to play hard was because Tyrod Taylor was in. And if so, first off, that just stinks as far as Daniel Jones is the leader. And second of all, as he's got all day to throw, he's going to take off. Max Crosby's chasing him, and he's going to get like 9 yards, 8 or 9 yards, and run out of bounds. He kind of turned the corner like an edge rusher. But first of all, like I said, that says things about Daniel Jones as a leader. Second of all, it's just if the defense is waiting to see Tyrod or waiting to see a quarterback go out there before they play hard, then I don't want that defense. It's just that simple. If they need like play hard regardless. 2nd and 1. Hand off to Barkley, and Barkley almost was gone right there. That's Saquon's first carry. Wow. So we went all passes the first drive. Just 3 and out. What's going on? We got Diet Ghost in here. We got Juan. We got Krista, Logan. We got Max. DJ's got some time. He's taking a shot, and that was a duck. Oh, that was a disgusting throw by Daniel Jones. I mean, if that's the neck, I mean, that was just a horrible, like it looked like a Peyton Manning senior citizen throw. It looked like a senior citizen Peyton Manning throw. Let's see if he was even open here. Double move. Was that supposed to be a back shoulder? Or was that was a miscommunication? Yeah, that was just a miscommunication. It looks like DJ looked upset about that. Hand off to Saquon. Saquon's got a hole. Saquon is going to get tackled, man. You can't go down like that. That's way too much space for Saquon to get taken down like that. You got one man to miss, man. Make a miss every time. I expect Saquon to make that play 10 times out of 10. I don't even know if that was a stare down. I think it was just a miscommunication because he threw the ball to a certain spot. But yeah, just bad news there. It looks almost like a Giants game, but the crowds are getting pretty loud on third down. Wan'Dale in motion. DJ is going to hand it off to Saquon, who's going to muscle his way to getting the first down. Yeah, that play was not there, and Saquon just dragged 2 people for a first down. So let's take a look at the starting offensive line. You got Justin Pugh. Is Andrew Thomas out there? Looks like Kenneth Gainwell scored against the Cowboys. Oh my God, just jumped over him. He anticipated the play before. Okay, so you got Andrew Thomas. You got the perfect offensive line structure out there right now. Andrew Thomas, Evan Neal, JMS. DJ is going to drop back. He's got time. He's taking a shot. The ball is up in the air. It's a duck. Jalen Hyatt catches it outside. I cannot deal with this dude, man. Jalen Hyatt was so wide open. You waited too long to throw it once again. You threw it like, why did you throw a rainbow? Just put the ball on him. Why is this dude so bad at just throwing the whole shot? Right there, the ball should be out. And you're throwing a rainbow, allowing the safety to get over there, man. Like, why are you throwing a rainbow? You didn't give your receiver a chance at all, and he's wide open for a touchdown. Like, come on, man. 2nd and 10, hand off to Saquon. This is the only thing that's been going well. Saquon's making another guy miss, and he picks up 7 right there. Like, literally, this is the only thing that's going well is handing it off to Saquon, and I think we should just do it all game. Third and 3 coming up. Antonio Pierce on the Raiders sideline. The Antonio Pierce revenge game. Breida in the backfield. Wan'Dale in the slot. Hand off to Breida. And Breida is going to be about, a half yard short of a first down? If the Giants don't go for it here, I'm going to lose it. And Saquon, meanwhile, is injured on the sideline. I don't know what's going on with Saquon, but it just seems like every single day. And Daniel Jones picked that up. He picked that up. That's a first down. No, he picked it up. Whatever. They gave us a horrible spot. They gave us such a horrible spot, but he definitely picked that up. I saw with my own eyes he picked that up. Like, he 100% picked that first down up with no issues. With no issues, he picked the first down up. Whatever. I mean, I'm not going to play these games. I saw the dude dive forward across the first down marker. Whatever. It's not like we were going to do anything with the ball anyway. But it's just like the spot was so bad right there. It's clearly not a first down from the spot, but it's like he is literally across the first. I wish I could like rewind this and replay it on stream, but he is literally across the first down marker. He's literally across the first down marker when they did that. I don't know what to say. He clearly got across that. Maybe I need some new glasses, but I could have sworn he leaned forward and clearly got the first down, and then they pushed him backwards. But I guess only the Eagles get the benefit of the doubt right there. If Saquon is hurt, if he's like out for the game or something, who knows? But they have not been able to stop Saquon Barkley on one carry. There hasn't been one carry for Saquon Barkley that hasn't hurt the Raiders. So if they give him 20-something carries, we'll win this game. If not, then it is what it is. And I mean, how Giants is it? How Giants-like is it that we finally get our offense and our offensive line healthy and Saquon back and Daniel Jones back, and then Saquon gets hurt and he's on the sideline? Like, it's going to happen like clockwork. Every time people come back and they're healthy, Saquon gets hurt, Daniel Jones gets hurt, an offensive lineman gets hurt. It happens all year long. But Daniel Jones still looks like who we thought he was. He still is not that guy. He's not that guy from what I'm seeing. My fantasy team is just letting me down every week. We started off undefeated. We started off undefeated here, and yeah. I mean, Justin Jefferson on my team got hurt. Devin A-Chain got hurt. Drake London's out this week. Darren Waller's out, even though he wasn't doing much. David Montgomery, I think, missed the game or something. Just bad stuff. Just bad stuff. What's with the AP revenge game? It looks like it could be an AP revenge game. I mean, could be. Josh Dobbs got in today. Yeah, he did. Josh Dobbs did it. I mean, listen, I didn't see it. Like I said, I was out until about 20 minutes ago, but Josh Dobbs, I heard he did his thing. 31 points with a Josh Dobbs-led offense. I mean, Josh Dobbs has got to be like feeling great. He's got to be feeling great, like, because he literally, I mean, he put up 3 touchdowns, and he was looked at as a joke coming into the season, like a complete joke as a quarterback. And he looked good on the Cardinals. And then all of a sudden, Kirk Cousins gets hurt, and then Josh Dobbs gets traded for, and he immediately steps in and does his thing. And here we go with the worst tackling job. I mean, are you going to tackle the dude, or are you going to just throw a shoulder on him? Max Crosby basically dove above. Joe Smo, I don't believe it at all. I just don't believe it. And I'm pretty sure the broadcast Bobby Okereke just laid Josh Jacobs out. But I'm pretty sure the broadcast just showed that Daniel Jones got that. Like, I'm pretty sure they just showed he got it. Like, I'm pretty sure he got that first down. Like, I'm like 99% sure that Daniel Jones got it. But it is what it is. And I'm sure they didn't challenge it or they didn't take a good enough look at it because it looked like a first down to me. 3rd and 4 for the Raiders coming up. Wink is dialing up a blitz. Aiden O'Connell is threw a nice pass to looks like maybe Jacoby Myers there, and just dropped it. Bad team. And who gave that up right there? That was on Deontay Banks. You got to do better than that, man. You got to do better than that, Deontay. Like, I mean, you've been playing against number ones, and Jacoby Myers is routing you up like that. Defense always makes me excited. Yeah, the defense always has me more excited than the offense because the offense doesn't do anything that's exciting. All they do is frustrate me. All they do is make a bunch of almost plays, and that's to be honest, that's literally. I mean, Tyrod gave us a couple of highlight plays. Like, when I went to that Washington game a couple of weeks ago, I mean, that was an exciting game. We didn't score many points, but he at least made plays down the field. But even in that case, like, the offense isn't really doing much. They just don't do anything. And we're gonna get this at the 20. I mean, let's see if we can do something exciting this drive and score. This is 2023. Josh Dobbs, a journeyman. Josh Dobbs, a guy who literally was looked at as a joke, like I said, coming into this year. A guy who literally has been on the Vikings for less than a week. 158 yards, 2 touchdowns, 66 rushing yards and a touchdown. So 3 touchdowns today for Josh Dobbs. I mean, that's more touchdowns for Josh Dobbs today than Daniel Jones has the whole season. Shout out to Joe Smo 84 for the $4.99 super chat. He says, so we plan for the draft or we want the W. I'm always rooting for the W. Always rooting for the W. But when we lose the games, I'm like, okay, it's not too bad for our draft ranking. But while we're in the game, I can't root for us to lose. I just can't. Even though I know it's probably in the best interest of the team to have the number 1 pick, I just can't root for us to lose. I'm going to get frustrated every time we make a bad play. I'm going to get frustrated looking at just the team that, like, I mean, we just devote so much energy every year to these football teams, and they just, like, there's no way that like this is real. What the Giants have put us through the last since 2013. Like, since 2013, it's been an absolute joke. We were at least an 8-win team almost every single year. 8-win team, last 2 weeks of the season, we were in it. 2013 comes around, we get Brandon Myers from the Raiders, a guy who was a receiving tight end, and Tom Coughlin tries to use him as a blocking tight end first, and then then Hakeem Nicks gets hurt, and then Victor Cruz gets hurt. And then it takes forever to use Jarrell Jernigan, and he has a good season. And then he ends up leaving the team and never does anything again. And then it just got progressively worse. Then Eric Flowers. Then, I mean, Odell before that. And all the excitement with Odell. At least he was exciting. But even still, since 2013, we've been a joke. 2016, we went 11-5. But our defense played against like 6 backup quarterbacks. Last year, we went 9-8 or 9-7-1, but we played literally the AFC South. So we've been a joke for forever. Daniel Jones is 1 for 5 for 9 yards right now. Dropping back again. He's got time. He's stepping up. He's throwing a duck to Saquon in the flat. I mean, why can't you just put it on him, man? Daniel Jones now has 15 yards, 14 yards. What is Saquon's ribs broken or something? What's going on with the dude? He's still out there. Brady's out there in the backfield wearing the shotgun. screened to Darius Slayton, really, and we actually pick up a first down. That is the best screen I've seen the Giants run in like 3 years. Exactly. Like, I mean, exactly. Like, it's just like we put all this energy into this team only for them to do the things that they've done this past 10. Like, it's crazy. Like, we should all, like, legitimately be reimbursed for what we've had to deal with the last 10 years now. 2013 is 10 years. 1st and 10. 3, 2, we got to snap the ball. DJ's got time once again. He's taking another shot, and Hyatt is open. Oh my. What is wrong with this dude? Oh my God. Can we put Tommy DeVito back in? Can we get DeVito in there? Like, can we get DeVito in there? Can we please get DeVito in there or anybody? Can I play quarterback? Because there is no way. There is no way. This dude's, come on, man. Come on now. And Saquon runs for another 5.5 yards. Saquon, like, they haven't stopped Saquon from doing anything this entire game. He got to go. Third and 6 coming up. If I'm Jalen Hyatt, like, I'm like, this is horrible. Paris Campbell picks up a first for us, but if I'm Jalen Hyatt, I'm like, I'm out, man. Like, I'm out, man. Like, if I'm Jalen Hyatt, like, I am sick. First and 10 here. Daniel Jones taking it under center. Hand off to Saquon. Saquon stutters. Saquon to the outside. Saquon to the outside again. And they have not stopped Saquon from getting at least 4 or 5 yards every single play. Every single time he touched the ball. I know he just got 30-something carries last week, but it's like, first off, why not use Breida? Why not just use Breida? Why not? Why do we have to stop running the ball? And why do you have to only run the ball with Saquon Barkley? Can nobody else on the team run the football? Do we even need Matt Breida on the team if we don't trust him to run the ball 8 times a game? And Saquon picks up another 4 yards. But it's like they haven't stopped the run at all yet. So I just keep at it. Yeah, I mean, like, can we get Tommy DeVito back out there so he can hand the ball off? Play action, Daniel Jones trips over his own feet. He just tripped over his own feet. Lawrence Cager is an idiot, and Daniel Jones just ran into him and tripped over his feet and gave Max Crosby a free sack. Yeah, Minshew can score. Dobbs can score. Everybody can score. Guys who I don't even know their names in this league have came in at quarterback and just made plays. Everybody can do that in the entire league, but quarterbacks on the Giants, and specifically Daniel Jones. Like Lawrence Cager is literally, I mean, what are you doing, man? You might as well go out for a route or something, man. And now Daniel Jones report started that Daniel Jones is limping around on the sideline because when he tripped over his own feet because Lawrence Cager stepped in front of him and basically Daniel Jones is limping around. So now we got just more drama here. He's not going to come out of the game. I know that. I mean, like he's not going to come out of the game, but he is hampered now, which is not good for anybody. Like I just have to relish the wins that we get, which is why I'm rooting for us to win every week. I just have to relish what we get because I mean, how can you how like how are we supposed to sit through this? Like, let me see, what was I doing in 2013? I was in high school in 2013. I was in high school in 2013. Now, when we started being this horrible, I was in high school, and right now I'm an adult. I have a wife. I have a like I. This is how long it's been. This is how long it's been since we were a respectable team in the league. Even 2011, we went 9-7. But listen, I can't say anything about that. We won a chip, so that's fine with me. 2012, we looked like a formidable team, and then 2013 comes around, and we just have been a joke ever since then. All right, Daniel Jones just tore his knee up. He just tore his knee up or something. He's done. He's done. Yeah, he's done. He's done. I can't believe Lawrence Cager. I can't believe Lawrence Cager literally put Daniel Jones out. Lawrence Cager literally tore Daniel Jones's ACL. Lawrence Cager just tore Daniel Jones's. Lawrence Cager literally. Like, this is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous, man. Like your tight end literally causes your quarterback to tear his ACL. Tommy DeVito back out there on 3rd and 27. This is a game that we should have won. Tommy DeVito with more yards on this drive than he had literally uh the entire last game. Yeah, Daniel Jones is down for the season, man. Like, I mean, again, are we gonna go out and sign Carson Wentz? Are we gonna roll with DeVito the rest of the year? Like, I mean, whatever. I just can't believe it. I just like, I mean, like, how does your tight end? How does your tight end cause Daniel Jones to tear? Like, I just don't get it. But just as a person, I mean, Daniel Jones is getting a raw deal. He's getting a raw deal. I mean, he's just getting a raw deal. Like I've been criticizing him this whole time, but for him to come back from that neck thing and then tear his ACL, I mean, I'm assuming it's that. But I felt like our chance at the most entertaining football this year was going to be with Daniel Jones coming out of whatever slump that he's been in, that he's just playing like the worst player in the league. I was, if he could have come out of this slump, we might have had some entertaining football if he had gotten some confidence back. But right now, it's going to be a complete mess for the rest of the year. It's going to be a complete mess the rest of the year. Like, it's going to be Tommy DeVito for this game. And we might get Matt Moore or we might get Carson Wentz or one of those dudes. But we're not going to get the high level plays at all. We're just not going to get those plays. We already weren't getting them, but now it's 100% we're not getting those plays until Tyrod comes back. And if Tyrod has any shot at coming back this year, they literally might just go forward with Tommy DeVito and just have Matt Moore as their backup. Or Matt Moore as the starter and Tommy DeVito as the backup. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the end. I really do. It might be, I mean, he may come back as the bridge next year or the he might start a couple games before and his knee just gave out, man. Like it almost makes you think that if Daniel Jones had not come back in that next play, he probably doesn't tear his ACL like that. But shout out to Talking Echo for the 199. He says, well, Shane and Dable might get their own quarterback now. I think that's your last, as they pick up a first down, I think that's your last meaningful snap of football that you see Daniel Jones play. Like, I really think that's the last, like, this is probably the last time that Daniel Jones plays where it feels like he's the starting quarterback of this team. So, tough stuff, man. Hand off to Josh Jacobs, and he is going to get tackled by who else but Thibodeaux, and he's going to pick up about 3.5, 4 yards, and this will be 2nd and 7, 3 yards for him. Tommy does not have the makings of a varsity athlete. That's one of my go-tos. All right, hitting somebody in the string. And now it looks like Pinnock tore his ACL. Listen, folks, I might not make it through this game. Pinnock looks like he tore a hammy or an ACL or popped something. But let's see what happened. So Michael Mayer, I think that's his name, Michael Mayer, rookie tight end. Just it looks like Pinnock has a quad issue. And now he's still out there. And he's limping. Take him out of the game. Take him out of the game. He's not going to be able to drop back if they run anything deep. I just can't believe what I'm seeing every week. I just can't believe what I'm seeing every week. ACLs for everyone picking first. It's like, oh man. Shout out to Joe Smo for the 199. He says, do we let the drafted quarterback sit behind Jones next year? Depends who it is. I think if we get one of the top 2 or 3 guys, I think you just let them start. I think if you get a guy like Quinn Ewers or any of these guys, I mean, any of these guys that you don't just think are pro ready, even though I think most of these guys are pro ready, but pretty much. I think you just throw the guy out there, man. I just think you throw him out there because what do you have to lose? And I really still feel like even with Tommy DeVito just handing the ball off, you can easily win this game because they can't stop the run. They literally can't stop Saquon. They haven't stopped him one play. And I just feel so bad for Jalen Hyatt because literally in a great situation, Jalen Hyatt could be like in the running for Rookie of the Year. I really do. I think he's that good. I think he would like. I think in the right situation, Jalen Hyatt would literally be a guy that has like huge numbers right now. But because of the quarterback situation and the offensive line, he has just not gotten to fly at all. He hasn't gotten to make any noise. And I hate to be the guy that says these things. And listen, I'm in no way saying that like, I'm happy Daniel Jones got hurt because I just told you if we were going to get any consistently entertaining play where like we're actually scoring points, it would be from Daniel Jones in a couple of, and some games where he got hot. So we're not going to get that now. But if Daniel Jones hits Jalen Hyatt on that throw, he doesn't get hurt because he scores a touchdown on that drive and he's not on the field still. But I mean, like I said, sadly, this is probably the last time you're going to see Daniel Jones take a snap for the New York Giants where you see him as the franchise. Not even to say that we still saw him as a franchise, but universally, it'll probably be some rookie quarterback drafted that we see as the franchise. And I just think at this point, the wind is knocked out of your team. You traded away Leonard Williams. Daniel Jones is still a very liked player on this team. He's still a very liked player on this team. And he tears ACL because another guy makes a mistake. And then you got Pennock that looks like he might be finished because he's got a quad. So who knows? And meanwhile, Daniel Jones is walking off the field, so it may be a sprain. Maybe a sprain. All right. Play action, Tommy DeVito. DeVito's got a lane. DeVito's going to slide, and he got hit very late, and they're not going to throw a flag. What is going on? DeVito got hit like really late, and they don't throw a flag, and then Maxx Crosby gets up and jumps in his face. Man, this offensive line is playing so much better. I just love it. All right, 2nd and 6 coming for the Giants. Hand off to Saquon. Saquon is going to get wrapped down. Is that Jonathan Hankins? It's not Hankins. It's somebody named Jenkins. But he got wrapped up right there. Now we got a 3rd and 8 coming up. It seems like this week we'll actually get to see Tommy DeVito throw the football. He's actually gotten a couple of plays so he can throw the ball. Third and 8 for the Giants coming up on their own 22. Wan'Dale in the backfield. Tommy DeVito. DeVito's got a lane. DeVito's going to dive right into the linebacker where there's no other quarterback on the roster. And we'll be 2 yards short. I'd rather watch DeVito drop back and stink it up than watch him just hand the ball off every play. All right, Gillen's going to punt this. I mean, how many times have Literally, I've not seen anything like this. And they'll get the ball to 36 because of an awful punt. This is just like, how can we constantly be the worst team in the NFL, but not be the worst team in the NFL at the same time? Like, if you all get what I'm saying, like, we should have won the last 3 games, and we were obviously better than Washington. But how can we be the worst team in the league and then be better than Washington and then be better than these other teams, but still like clearly, like like you watch a Giants game, they're the worst team in football. Like clearly, they have to be because they literally cannot score points. We're averaging like 11 points a game. Exactly, as Jennifer said, he doesn't have the makings of a varsity athlete. He's just never had it. But it's literally like, how can they be so bad? That I think that's been the biggest issue with Giants fans and the Giants in general is because like Giants fans have a certain level of pride because we've won all these Super Bowls and we're a winning franchise, and the rest of the league for the most part respects the Giants as a franchise. But at the same time, they're clearly like the worst team in football. Every year the media like makes fun of the Giants, laughs at them, like rolls over in their chair laughing at the Giants. And every year Giants fans say like, "Oh, we'll prove you wrong." Just like we did 2 years out of like the last 15. We'll prove you wrong, or the last 20 something. We'll prove you wrong. And they don't prove them wrong 90% of the time. And we do it every year. Like we have this like complex where we're like so confident because we've seen our team win Super Bowls when people doubted us, but for the most part, we've just been bad. And I think that's what hurts the most is that we feel like we're the Giants, like we're going to get back to winning team. We're going to get back to being a winning football team, but we're not getting back to it. It's been 10 years. 2016, 2022, we made the playoffs. Other than that, we really haven't been close. Really haven't been close besides 1 year where we were supposed to where we could have won if Evan Ingram would have caught that pass and a couple other things would have gone right. But for the most part, we would have won with a losing record. Hand off to Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is going to go down after a gain of about 3. And Dexter Lawrence is having himself a game. He's all over the place. I really hope that we can get something exciting going on because, listen, I mean, this team is just beyond insane to me. Second and 8. Hand off to Jacobs again. And he picks up about. He was down. Come on now. Anyway, we got 3rd and 2 coming up, but yeah, I mean, I'm not thinking. Like, it's just such a joke, man. 3rd and 2 for the Raiders, and the Raiders are such a bad football team. Hand off to Josh Jacobs. He's easily got it. He's cutting outside, and no one touched him. Now they did. Is Pinnock still in there? He's in there. Let's see here. Yeah. Counterplay from Josh Jacobs. Thibodeaux didn't keep contained, and we give up a first down. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 49, the Giants 49. Hand off to Josh Jacobs again. DJ Davidson gets held. Adoree Jackson got held. No flag. No flag. DJ Davidson held. Adoree Jackson held. And blocked in the back. But who am I? Back in field goal range for the Raiders. Another handoff, and Micah McFadden blows the play up. Tony Donat. It's just such a joke. Like I can't literally watch this and like lock in and talk about what's happening like with a serious voice because it's literally a clown show right now. It's just such a clown show. Why is your quarterback playing in the game while he's got a bad neck and he still has pain? That's the first thing. And then why is your quarterback? First of all, why is Lawrence Cager in the backfield sacking your quarterback and making him tear his ACL? And if it's not an ACL, I mean, who knows? And then you got Daniel Jones not able to, basically gingerly walking around the sideline, and you didn't even test him planting on the sideline. Like, did you test him planting on the sideline? Did you see how much weight he could put down? Because he couldn't even drop back to throw the ball. He couldn't even drop back to throw the ball without his knee buckling under him. So, questionable things going on. This comedy is getting. And now we're just gonna watch Tommy DeVito drop back and stink it up the rest of the game, which is something I expect. But I'm telling you, folks, we better get Caleb Williams or Drake May out of this draft, or I'm gonna completely lose my mind. Because I cannot watch this. I just can't watch it. I mean, these games have never been this boring in my entire life. Like, honestly, as someone who consumes football as a product, it's a complete joke. How can we be here in 2023 and our team can't even average 20 points a game? How have we sat here with this quarterback for the last 5 years where he throws 15, 12, 11 touchdowns a season? And again, I got Daniel Jones right here over my shoulder. I'm a fan of the dude. I'm a fan of him. I want him to be the best quarterback in the league. But I just haven't seen it happening. And I really hope he's okay because, like I said, my best shot at watching entertaining football on a weekly basis is Daniel Jones. Tyrod Taylor does his thing too. But I feel like if Daniel Jones got healthy and he got his confidence back, we might actually see even if it's him just running, some entertaining football the rest of the season. Like some games where I can actually, be locked. But it looks like he's probably finished. And I'm just saying, for what we've had to endure as Giants fans, we better get a guy at quarterback that is going to save this. Because this is honestly ridiculous. 2nd and 11, we got Aiden O'Connell and the Raiders driving down the field on us. He's under pressure. He's got a guy wide open. Is that Renfro inside the 15? And it's just like, what a joke. Diggy, I'm telling you, man, after watching everybody else in our game, it's literally like it's the least entertaining to watch. And just like as the defense, just like it's so inconsistent to where they look like the best defense in the league for weeks, and then they play against Aiden O'Connell and they play against Josh Jacobs, and all of a sudden they're a sieve. And now we got Renfro again. Let's see, what is he going to get in the end zone here? 3 guys right there. He got past all 3. He didn't score, but he got past all 3. First and goal, Adoree Jackson on Devontae Adams. Hand off to Josh Jacobs. He's going to run right into the end zone. Get my fantasy team give my fantasy team some points. But man, what a drag this team is. But again, we better get Caleb Williams or Drake May out of this. I refuse to accept anything else at this point. Like, we better get a quarterback that is a top 5 type quarterback out of this draft. Because we don't deserve this. We don't deserve. What do we do as Giants fans deserve? I literally say this every week. What did we do? Because it's been like this every single week. I don't remember a week. That kicker just kicked the softest field goal ever. But I just can't say, out of maybe one hand, weeks that I watched the game and it was literally entertaining from our perspective from start to finish. I mean, can we just have a season give me Kirk Cousins level play, give me Dak Prescott level play, give me Josh Dobbs level play. Can I get 28 touchdowns out of my quarterback? Can I get 10 touchdowns out of my running back? Can I watch my offense make 5 or 6 plays of 20 yards a game? Is that, maybe that's too much. Can I watch them make 2 20-plus yard plays a game? Can I? It's not even the offensive line. I don't think the offensive line is even playing bad today. Andrew Thomas and Justin Pugh and JMS and Bredesen at right guard and Evan Neal at right tackle. The offensive line hasn't been playing bad. Oh yeah, Craig. As a whole, they've been bad, but not today. And I think this is probably your best offensive line combo that you've had in a long time. And I think they're playing well. But my thing is, man, I think they're playing well. But Lawrence Cager is in the backfield, literally caused your quarterback to be out for the season, I'm assuming. Now, he walked off under his own power, but your knee doesn't buckle like that and you just come back in the game. For your knee to buckle, it means that it malfunctioned. Yeah, it is. It's like we won the Super Bowl. It's like we won the Super Bowl and just people say we sold our souls or sold something for to beat the Patriots twice, and maybe we did. And what I say is worth it. Would I trade those 2 Super Bowls for us to be a relevant team for the past 10 years? I wouldn't. I wouldn't trade the Super Bowls, but we just got to be better than we are. We got to be better as a team. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't want defenders who are out there saying, Tyrod Taylor is going to make something happen, so I'm going to play hard. That's weak to me. If you're a defense, you set the tone. You set the tone of the game. You make it to where Daniel Jones doesn't even have to do anything and they win the game. I don't want defenders like that give up when they see, that's weak to me. Defense should set the tone. If this defense was out there sacking the quarterback and laying, they set the tone. The defense should be getting a pass rush. They should be knocking people out. They need to set the tone. You don't need Tyrod Taylor or Daniel Jones or whoever. You need to set the tone. Yeah, everybody wanted Trevor Lawrence, but he just wasn't. He was gone in first play. I wanted Joe Burrow. I wanted CJ Stroud. It is what it is. Tommy DeVito under center. A joke. Tommy DeVito under center. Hand off to Saquon. Saquon's got nowhere to go because you know why? They know that Tommy DeVito isn't a threat to make anything happen. So all of a sudden, Saquon doesn't have any space. Man, I feel bad for Jalen Hyatt. He could literally have, I mean, I don't know how many yards he has, but he could literally have like 700 yards this year. Like, be on pace for over 1,000 yards with how open he's been. Second and 9. Handoff to Saquon. Saquon's got a hole. He was almost gone right there. Max Crosby sold out for the quarterback on that play. Let's see what happened right there. It looks like the entire defensive line was selling out for the play action. You said you would have never played another down. I mean, hey, maybe. Why does Saquon have one Mardi Gras beads? DeVito's got time. Step up. Take a shot. DeVito! Who got intercepted? He took a shot, though. I respect him, man. I respect him. Oh, no. He did not just do that to you. Shout out to Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito took a shot, man. At least he tried to get it to Hyatt, man. Hyatt is literally in hell. Like, the dude is literally in hell. Like, there is just no way, man. There is no way that he just like can be open this much and never get the ball. Saquon is always hurt too. I mean, yeah, that's what happens. Running backs get hurt when you give running backs these days. They're just not going to be getting 30 carries, 28 carries a game. Tommy's always been a bad seed. Yeah, these running backs aren't getting these carries. Like, they get hurt. That's what they do. CJ Stroud put up 52 fantasy points today. I got to go back and look at that game. I got to go back and look at that game. Is Barkley hurt? No. He looked like he had something going on with his chest earlier, but he's not hurt right now. But I'm just taking a look at this Texans game, 39-37. CJ Stroud and Baker Mayfield duking it out. Baker 2 touchdowns, 265. CJ Stroud 475 touch. CJ Stroud threw for 470 yards and 5 touchdowns. This dude is a monster, man. I mean, CJ Stroud is a dog. I don't know why this dude is breaking down. I don't know why this dude is breaking down. Like, I don't know what DeVito's a third string rookie quarterback. He's an undrafted. What do you think he was looking? Nothing. He's not a good player. He's happy to be out there. And look at this. And that's how you hit a receiver. down the field. That's how you hit a receiver downfield. That's how you do it. That's how you hit a receiver downfield. And Deontay Banks got toasted right there by, who knows, Jacoby Myers, somebody Turner. I don't know who that is, but he got toasted right there. Yeah, I mean, who knows? The Raiders are going to go up 21 skunk. This Giants defense plays horrible against the Raiders, but shuts down the Bills, shuts down the Commanders, shuts down the Jets. Not to say the Commanders and Jets are super powered offenses, but they're comparable. And they're just getting just embarrassed against the Raiders and a backup quarterback. They put up like and you got Mayer in the flat. Mayer's gonna walk into the end zone almost. He's gonna be a half yard short. But yeah, they're finna get embarrassed on live TV. Right on live TV. Take a look at them standings real quick. That is so crazy, man. CJ Stroud is balling out of control. I mean, this dude is ridiculous. He's going to have to win Rookie of the Year. 14. CJ Stroud is at 14 touchdowns and 1 interception on the year. He's got He's got Tank Dell, and he's got Tank Dell and Dalton Schultz and Noah Brown, like Nico Collins, and we like. You said they're not on TV. What am I talking about? If you're checking in to see what's going on, right? Like there's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. Like there's no point in talking about what's going on because the Giants are just getting ran through again on this time borderline prime time. But there's nothing going on. Because at this point I'm convinced the Giants don't even play football. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've just been reading CJ Stroud's stats because I'm just amazed that a rookie quarterback came into a horrible situation and literally with the reject Noah Brown, and then you got Dalton Schultz, Cowboy rejects. I mean, literally just carved up that defense for 470 and 4 touchdowns. I think 5 touchdowns. Like, it's literally disgusting. Because a rookie quarterback can come into the NFL and do that with questionably good wide receivers at best. I mean, maybe they're better, maybe they are, but coming into this season, we were not expecting this to be a high-powered offense. If we saw the Texans on the schedule, we'd say that was an automatic win. And like 11 points a game. CJ Stroud has scored more touchdowns. Not even CJ Stroud. Let's not do a quarterback. But Christian McCaffrey and Raheem Mostert have scored more touchdowns than our entire offense. Like, is that okay? Is that acceptable? like more touchdowns than our entire offense. Raheem Mostert has 11 touchdowns. Let's see how many McCaffrey has. You said you don't think Chicago gives up that first pick. I'll take the second pick. I mean, we got to get something, man. Right? Like, we got to get something. McCaffrey has how many total touchdowns? Let's see. He's got 9 rushing touchdowns this year, which is ridiculous. 9 rushing touchdowns and 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 total touchdowns for Christian McCaffrey. Now let's look at how many touchdowns the Giants have. Let's look at how many touchdowns the Giants have as an offense. Like literally as an offense. Let's take a look. They clearly just scored a touchdown right there. But 21-0 for anybody interested. I want to see passing touchdowns this year. 4 passing touchdowns by the Giants. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8 passing touchdowns. By the 8 touchdowns as an offense for the Giants this year. 8. There are multiple receivers and running backs that have more touchdowns as one player than the entire Giants offense. Like the entire Giants offense. And I have no idea why Hodgins is in the doghouse. Last year, we threw the ball to Hodgins in the short intermediate area. He was constantly open. I have no idea what happened to Isaiah Hodgins. I have no idea why we decided to stop using him. No idea. No idea. And now you got Darius Slayton gifting the Raiders more points. Literally, DeVito put it right on him, and he's gifting them more points. Talking Echo, shout out to you for the $4.99. It says if the Giants have the four, I think you're saying 4 through 7 pick. Of course you are. I want them to get aggressive and trade up. They need to trade up. Yes, they got to. They got 2 second-round picks this year. So use those and trade up to get that. You got to get you have got to get one of those top 2 quarterbacks. It's time. Like, it's time, man. Let's see what happened right here. Like, Slayton just drops the ball. Daniel Jones dropped back to throw the ball. And Lawrence Cager was just standing in the backfield and took a look at Daniel Jones while he was in the backfield and basically all but sacked him. Daniel Jones tripped over as Josh Jacobs is trying to get around the corner. Daniel Jones tripped over Lawrence Cager's feet and his feet and fell down and kind of limped off. Then he came back the next play, tried to drop back, and he collapsed. So looked like an ACL, but he walked out of the building. Walked out of the building himself. Walked off the field himself. But it's nothing really different. Nothing really different than everything else we see. Injuries to key players, bad offensive play. You know, good defensive play when it doesn't matter. Great defensive play when it doesn't matter. And horrible defensive play when it matters. And then Tommy DeVito tried to hit Hyatt over the top, underthrew him. That got intercepted. And then Tommy DeVito tried to you got to tackle him right there, Dory. You just gave him. Anyway, DeVito hit Darius Slayton, put the ball right on him, and Slayton dropped it and caused an interception, man. Like, it's not embarrassing because I'm used to it at this point. It's not embarrassing. This is what we do all the time. You shouldn't have rushed home, man. Never rush home for the Giants. Never rush home. Unlimited, the score is 21 skunk, 21 to zip. Adoree Jackson is jogging off the field after he just got cooked. So I'm assuming he's going to fake an injury. But it's about to be 28 to nothing going into the half. It's about to be 28 to nothing going into the half because Darius Slayton dropped a pass from DeVito that got intercepted, and they're in the red zone driving. But healthy Giants team would have won this game easily because they could not stop Saquon Barkley. But as soon as Tommy DeVito came in the game, they just sold out for the run. So first and 10 inside the 15. Hand off to Josh Jacobs. Jacobs is going to run into what looked like a wall, but apparently he can push walls, and they pick up about 4 yards right there. It's great that you did Unlimited. It is great. It never, ever, ever inconvenience yourself to watch this team play because they're always going to disappoint you. I'm just glad. Listen, I made the smart decision of when I got tickets for a game this year, I made sure it was Washington because I know for some reason we're going to do great against Washington. I just know we're going to do something good against Washington. But yeah, I just knew it. But everybody else, we're just horrible. Dable's not getting fired. Dable is going to get a chance. I'm very sure Dable will get a chance to get one of these good quarterbacks as Evan Neal spits towards the camera. I'm pretty sure Dable is going to get another chance to get a quarterback and develop him. So I think he'll be here next year, and I think he'll be here the year after. The only way Dable gets fired is if some stuff like Joe Judge happens where he literally quarterback sneaks it on his own 1 yard line or something at the end of the game. Like, I don't think he's going to get fired though. And I don't think he wants to get fired. I don't think he really gains anything. He probably does get another head coaching job after he goes back somewhere else and becomes an offensive coordinator. But I don't think he's getting fired. I just don't think it's a good idea for John Mara to fire somebody, in this situation. Because he just fired every single coach, these last three coaches in their second years. He just can't do that. He can't do that. So he's got to give Dable next year at the very least. And, of course, Dable is going to have probably his guy, his quarterback that he drafts next year. And then the year after, hopefully that quarterback is going to be looking good or trending in a good direction. And then you see where you go from there. Yeah, I mean, Dable is, at the very least, Dable is going to be an offensive coordinator within a couple of weeks if you fire him at head coach. But I think they keep Dable, and I think he gets his chance next year with his quarterback that he drafts, that he picks, and they let it play out from there. Shout out to Joe Smo for the 199. Says this team looks like we have new coaches. It does. But again, I mean, when your quarterback play is so bad and when your offensive line was so bad at the beginning of the season and when you have key injuries all over the field, it's very difficult to go out and win games. And Josh Jacobs has way too much space, and he was going to drive those guys, but he's going to be about a yard short. So looks like it may be 24 to nothing at the half instead of 28 to nothing. But nonetheless, this team is not coming back. And I really am not sure if I want to sit through this entire game. I'm not sure if I want to sit through this entire game and having to call it. No. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I think they'll start a rookie quarterback. They've got to, because if Dable wants to save his job, he's got to get a rookie quarterback, and he's got to start him. I don't know if they look worse than this, Radical. I mean, the Cowboys were just whooping us. I mean, the Cowboys came out and they whooped us, and they pretty much ended our season. They took this team's confidence. They didn't get it back for a long time, and by the time they started to get confident again, the season was kind of starting to get out of reach, and there were so many injuries. It's tough to come back from. So, halftime is coming up, as Joe Smo says. I mean, man. Halftime's coming up. It looks like we're about to go down 24-0. And do I really feel like sitting through another half of this? Can I remove the scarf cord? I'll think about it, man. I'll think about it. One thing, being honest, I've had this up since last year. The reason that I haven't changed this is because I can't find this background that I made. I literally can't find the background. Like this field and the D6, I haven't found it. So I've kind of just left it this way. But if he's at least next year, if we got a new quarterback, he definitely won't be up there. And that was Daniel Jones' last play, probably, as the consensus starting level quarterback. And listen, as a human being, I like the guy. I like him. I think he's a good dude. I think he works hard. I don't have anything bad to say about Daniel Jones as a person. He just hasn't been able to get it done. And as a person, I feel horrible for him because I think he has not done a good enough job when he's been out there. But I also think that he has gotten a bad shape. I think he has gotten a bad situation, but he's also been bad. I think two things can be true. And because of that, like I said, I feel for him because he's gotten all types of neck injuries. He's got a concussion. He's got, high ankle sprains. Now it looks like he may have tore his ACL. And he really, I would just say I'm glad that he got to have his one season where he didn't even really have a great statistical season, but he still looked like he was leading the team to wins. And he got to have that playoff game where he can say that he played as good as any quarterback has ever played in a preseason in a postseason game in his life. He's played pretty much as good in a playoff game. I don't know what Ra says. Every couple minutes he keeps saying what. I don't know if he's talking about me or she's talking. I don't know who Ra. I don't know who they're referencing, but Daniel Jones has had about as good a playoff game as anybody ever has, ever. So, I don't know. He's definitely not my boy, but I'm just saying from an outsider's perspective, he hasn't played well, but I also kind of feel for him. But again, like I said, he can just kind of hold that he won that playoff game. Because I don't think that he's going to get another shot to be a starting quarterback. Meanwhile, you get to see teams like the Eagles and the Cowboys and every other team in the league be able to score points and look exciting, and the crowd is excited. What a joke. Oh, yeah. It was one of the worst defenses, probably the worst defense in the NFL last year. But like I said, he can hang his hat on that. Not many guys that played in the NFL that flame out can look back to a playoff game that they won where they played that well, no matter who they were playing against. So I'm saying he can at least rest on that. But I just don't think he's going to be the solution here. I just don't see it, and it's unfortunate he didn't get to finish out this season. But I think we lucked out of a couple of fluke wins we probably would have gotten, and now we're probably going to be picking inside that top three. And you got to be, especially if you leave DeVito in there. If we don't go out and sign Carson Wentz, it's one thing if we sign. I don't know what Ra is talking about, but I'm going to just go ahead and ignore it going forward because they're obviously not following what I'm saying at all. But or they're arguing with someone, and I don't know. But anyway, now I forgot my train of thought. But either way, it looks like we're going to have a top 3 pick. That's what I was saying. It looks like we'll have a top 3 pick, and it looks like we'll be able to actually get a quarterback. Looks like we'll be able to either target Caleb Williams or Drake May. And those are the top 2 guys I think are going to be really, really good quarterbacks in this league. I would have had C.J. Stroud. I really liked C.J. Stroud last year, and I would have had C.J. Stroud ranked 3rd in this quarterback class. So I think those 2 guys are going to be really great quarterbacks. I think they got all the tools. And I think with Dable, oh, man. I'm just looking at the chat. I think that Dable is going to get a shot to develop one of those guys. So what do you do with Daniel's contract? You can sit him. You can definitely sit him. You can 100% sit Daniel Jones. And you can pay him however much you want to pay him, but if you draft a rookie, you can throw him in there and just have him be an expensive backup, have him relay what it is to handle the media and handle yourself as the NFL player. He can do that. But as far as playing, someone's going to come in here and start over him as a rookie. Let me go ahead and at this point you're spamming. Go ahead and get you up out of here. But yeah, he's going to be the highest paid backup quarterback, but I just can't see them throwing him out there again. Unless he's healthy again this year, you're not going to see him out there. All right. So I got that person up out of here. Hopefully I did. I at least hid them. So maybe I should have said that I didn't. So I just kept them leaving comments and wasting their finger space and energy. But yeah, it just is what it is. That's also a good point. Maybe we do miss Leo. Maybe that's why the defense is playing like this, because he was a leader. But at the end of the day, it's just whatever can go wrong will go wrong. Daniel Jones is missing Hyatt Deep. What else is new? Caleb Williams is on the way. He's on the way. Caleb Williams or Drake May, they're on the way. There's no way that this team, and I think that's what I was saying before that troll threw me off. What I was saying is that there's no way that the Giants are throwing Tommy DeVito out here every week and they're saying that we're not tanking. If they go out and sign Carson Wentz, they're trying to win. They're trying to win every week. If you sign Matt Moore, you're probably going to sign Matt Moore to be the backup or the starter or whoever. But I just don't think, unless they go out and get a veteran quarterback, like I think maybe Andy Dalton is a free agent or Carson Wentz, unless they get one of those 2 guys, they're trying to tank. Like they're tanking. And they're going to, if they're tanking, then they was 100% going to be back. Matt Barkley, not Matt Moore. Matt Barkley, good point. Yeah, Shane. Yeah, Joe Shane was standing at the USC game on the sideline. Listen, he was watching Caleb warm up. He watched the whole game. So I just don't think I think he's ready to move on. Shane he was there watching Caleb Williams and Michael Penix Jr. and he's watching Drake May and he's watching JJ McCarthy. He's seen all those guys in person at this point. I'm not sure if he's seen Drake May in person, but he's going to have seen all of these guys in person. And I think we're going to get our guy. Like, I think we're either going to stand pat of where we are and take a guy like JJ McCarthy, who maybe he likes, or we're going to be trading up to get someone like Drake May or Caleb Williams. And if we're picking at 3 or 4 and we give up that second round pick or one of those second round picks or 2 second round picks to move down one spot, we're going to be able to get that pick. Like, we're going to be able to get that first overall or second overall pick, depending on what that team that's trading out of there wants for that pick. Like, if they want Caleb Williams, obviously we're not going to be able to trade into that spot to get Caleb Williams. Oh, we got Tara Belly in here. Got a TTC legend in here. What's going on, man? It's like, listen, back when I was still making TTC videos, the Giants were still a bad team. It's been that long, is what I was talking about earlier. Like, it's been that long is that the Giants have been a literal laughingstock in the league. It's literally, we've been a laughingstock in the league for that long. They laugh at us every offseason. And we prove them right every season. And like, we're always so confident. Like, remember we came out there and we came out there. I'm just watching this CJ Stroud game where he's just like, can we get a guy like CJ Stroud? Can we get Caleb Williams and Drake? Like, but anyway, remember before the season, Giants fans were arguing with former Broncos players, and like, they were so confident in their team. Like, they were like, the Broncos will not lose to the Giants. And Giants fans were laughing at them and calling them idiots and saying they don't know football. And the Broncos came out there and whooped us. Next year, same thing happened with some Steelers players. They came out there and whooped us. I mean, every single offseason, there's all this confidence from Giants fans, including me. I fall for it. We're becoming like the Cowboys, except the Cowboys actually get to be good in the regular season, and they just don't win the Super Bowl. But Giants fans are like Cowboys fans about us making the playoffs or being a good team, as Cowboys fans are about the Super Bowl. Like, this is our year is literally a Giants phrase. It's a Giants phrase. We started off 2-4, and we wanted. And this, listen, I don't remember the exact record right now in my head, but people say last time we started off 2-4 and lost to Washington, we won the Super Bowl. Well, last time we did this and blah, 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 and our defense was this bad, they turned it around and we won the Super Bowl. Well, last time this happened, Eli Manning, 6 years in his career, come on now. And at this point in Eli Manning's career, you were ready to hang it up, and he won a Super Bowl. So I just don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it. Like, it's as much as it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You got to do something different. You got to get Caleb Williams in here or Drake May in here. You got to get a guy in here. You cannot win in this league with a guy who needs everything around him to be perfect. And I'm sure you wish you had Eli right now. Exactly. And this is what's funny to me, man, is that people say that, like, I'm this, like, all-star, Hall of Fame Daniel Jones hater. And, like, literally, when he was playing well in games last year, people came to my videos in flocks telling me that I need to apologize to Daniel Jones, and Daniel Jones has been hated by me, and I'm rooting for him to get hurt, and all of this crazy stuff. All of this crazy stuff that I've apparently said and hated on Daniel Jones, when I literally have a video. Like, I was not a Daniel Jones hater. I gave him 3 years, and halfway through his 3rd year, I said he's not it. And then I even jumped back across again and said, okay, well, maybe he can be the guy. And then he proved to me again that he's not it. So I literally just go by what I'm seeing. That's all I do is go by what I'm seeing. And people want you to stick to a certain side, just the same way I've had my back and forths with Greeny in the chat. I don't know if Greeny's in the chat right now, but I've had back and forths with him. And it's been about like, Daniel Jones stinks, is what Greeny says. And I'll say today, the offensive line didn't block for him. His receivers dropped out 3-4 passes, and it's not his fault today. Or I'll say that I thought he played well or something. I literally just talk about, you come out and you talk about what you see on the screen, and there's always someone that's telling you have to keep to one side. And you have to just constantly just stay in that state of thinking, no matter what you see. And I'm never going to do that. But one thing I will say is we have seen 5 years of Daniel Jones now, pretty much 5 years. He's been hurt, but we've seen 5 years of it. And he's not going to become something that we have not seen yet. I think that's fair to say. He's not going to become something that we haven't seen yet. So I think we got to make that move, man. Like, we're going to be picking top 3 or 4. And even if we're picking top 10, even if this team somehow squeaks out 4, 5, 6 more wins, you need to be trading up to get a guy, because it's apparent that we don't have a strength at that position, and we need that to be a strength. It's the most important position on the field. And again, this is not a rant because I hate Daniel Jones. I want Daniel Jones to be the best quarterback in the league. Like, anybody who's been on my streams every week, when Daniel Jones made a play, I jumped out of my seat. I got excited because I want him to succeed. But the thing is, it's just not happening. And I hope that he's okay for his sake. I really hope that he doesn't have a terrible knee injury. I hope he can come back for his sake, because I don't want anybody to get hurt. But yeah, I mean, hey, at least we gave Antonio Pierce a great first win. But this team has just completely crumbled on every side of the ball. So 1st and 10 coming up, 24-zip. I'll give this game a little time before I make my post game, and there's no pass rush. And he just dropped the ball. That's a fumble, whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's the sunken cost fallacy where they feel like, oh, we've done all this for Daniel Jones. I mean, we paid him, we did this, we gotta see it through, and we have seen it through. Yeah, Deonte Banks should have caught that interception and probably scored. He had decent coverage right there. But listen, I'm just trying to be in the spot to get a quarterback that is going to change the horizon of this team, and that's a hole that's going to come back. But we just need somebody that is going to make something happen. Like, we have literally been the worst offense, I think, probably in the Super Bowl era. The worst offense in the whole Super Bowl era. And at this point, like, it doesn't matter if you have a 3rd-string quarterback in there. All right, 24-zip, Raiders 2nd and 20 at their own 15. Davante Adams in motion. Screen. He's got space. Easily picks up 16 yards. And, like, can we get, like, and this is what makes people say, like, oh, blow it up, get rid of everybody and everything, because literally, when are the Giants going to be able to stop a screen? When are they going to be able to stop a screen? I mean, it's 2nd and long, it's 3rd and long, it's 1st and long. Teams are throwing screens to the edges, and the Giants can never stop them. Ever, 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 ever. Easy first down right there. Listen, if they get in the end zone here, I'm going to not hop off stream immediately. but I'm going to start recording my post game, and I'm going to record that and probably wrap this stream up if they score on this drive. Because I mean, no one deserves to sit through this. First and 10, O'Connell has a bunch of time and he's just throwing it deep, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty probably. Pinnock laid Davante Adams out, but they didn't throw a flag, so that's interesting. Yeah, he didn't really target him. Yeah, we can't even get to 7. Yeah, you're right. We can't even get to 17 points consistently. We can't even get to 15 points consistently. And it looks like Davante Adams is hurt after that hit. Second and 10. O'Connell dropping back to throw again. And a couple of inches away from completing that pass as Deonte Banks got beat again. And then just because the quarterback overthrew it, he's out here. Deonte Banks hasn't had a good couple of weeks, these past 2 weeks. And had a really good week the week before. But the week before that, against Stephon Diggs, struggled too. So he has been lucky as far as not giving up a ton of yards and points and all that stuff. But he's been struggling a little bit. But I like that he's out there competing still. And even though he was the guy that gave up those last couple of plays to Garrett Wilson last week, yeah, Jacoby Myers for a first down on 3rd and 10. But Kayvon Thibodeau's coming off the edge right there. He was close. But he just got rid of that ball real quick. Let's see, Cordell Flat. Thibodeau, okay, yeah. It's just O'Connell is just slicing and dicing his defense up. 50. For some reason, we decide to I just like that Jihad Ward and his defense can be this hype after making this tackle for loss. Getting beat up by a law firm. Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell and Josh Jacobs. O'Connell and Jacobs, attorneys at law. 2nd and 13 here. Oh my, Floyd is getting toasted right now, but I mean he's on Davante Adams, so these receivers are hard to cover on these routes going all the way across the field. But that was just a good route. That was a good sell at the line from Davante Adams. He just beat him. 3rd and 1 here for the Raiders. I just feel like once we get a quarterback, I just feel like the rest of the roster is just going to look 10 times better. Pinnock sunk down way too far. So they're going to put up. I mean, the only reason at this point probably to keep watching the Giants play for the rest of the season is probably just to see if Kayvon Thibodeau can get to 10 sacks and be the first dude to do it in Wink's defense. That's literally it. All right, 1st and 10 for the Raiders inside the 35. Handoff to what's his name, and what's his name gets to the edge and picks up a first down. I do not know who what's his name Tucker is, but there's a flag on the play. And that'll come back because of a whole. But the Raiders have kind of been holding the whole day on these runs to the edge. But it's like if we do it every time, they're going to call it only so much. What a joke. Eagles go up 21-17 on Dallas in the third quarter. I mean, it's just so demoralized. I mean, I know some people want me to like be involved in this game and call it in color. Like, I just call the game however the game is going. If the game is going pitifully, I just cannot give 110% effort and to just trying to make it exciting. It's not exciting. It's not an exciting game. There's no plays happening. There's no plays happening. Like there's nothing happening. I know that Dable is going to be back. I just know it. Unless, like I said, he pulls like a Joe Judge type of thing. Aiden O'Connell's got way too much time again, and that was great defense by Deonte Banks on Devontae Adams. He shadowed him. He was on him like glue. But um, I just feel like Dable's going to be back unless he pulls some Joe Judge level, just kneeling at the end of like quarterback sneaking and stuff at the end of the game. Unless he does that kind of stuff, I think he'll be back. Now, my question is someone going to get scapegoated? Is Bobby Johnson going to be back next year? Is Mike Kafka going to be back next year? You got to make that tackle. Is Mike Kafka going to be back next year? Is he going to get scapegoated as the guy who couldn't get the offense moving? And we all know why the offense couldn't get moving. Is Wink going to get scapegoated if this defense falls apart the rest of this season? Is Thomas McGahee finally going to go to greener pastures? He's so well respected around the league. Maybe Thomas McGahee should go accept a head coaching spot somewhere. Oh my God. Nino. And the Raiders kick is good. They go up 27-0. And I will watch this Giants drive. And at the conclusion of this Giants drive, if we don't score a touchdown, and I'm going to, like I said, record my post game. Exactly. And the injuries happen too. It's just crazy. Like the injuries just keep happening. I mean, like I said, we saw Saquon get hurt for a couple of plays where he had to come out and he was holding his chest. Maybe he was just really tired, but it looked like he was really hurt. But yeah, anytime the Giants have had a healthy team, a healthy roster, someone always gets hurt. And it's always going to be someone that's important. Appreciate you for sticking with us for this long. None of your business. It's only so much you can do. It's only so much you can take as a fan. It's only so much you can take before you break. Like, I just can't do it. I can't go out and put on another team's jersey and go root for another team and do all of that. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. But I understand why some people do. Some people who aren't really diehard fans, if you're just a casual fan and you're trying to become a diehard fan of a team and this is the product you see, I don't blame people for saying, oh, I'm just going to go over here and be this fan, a Bills fan. Or I'm going to be, because they at least get to see exciting football every week. Like some teams, like they'll lose 10, 12 games a year, but they'll be exciting. Like they'll make exciting plays on a weekly basis. But the Giants, even last year, we weren't making a bunch of exciting plays. It was exciting because the games were close. And it was exciting, in that way because they were, close games, trying to come out with a win. But as far as like highlights, there's not a crazy amount of highlights. I mean, there's going to be some Daniel Jones runs, and there's going to be some Darius Slayton catches, and there's going to be some Hodgins catches short. So you finna blow some premium. They shouldn't be getting hurt like this. Yeah. I mean, who knows? I mean, it just, who knows? Who knows if it's the coach's fault? I think it's just bad luck. I really think it's just horrible luck. I think the Giants are just a cursed team. And it also probably does have to do with the CBA. Yeah, that was the best. That was the best play of the. That was the best touchdown of the year. And I would say the most exciting play of the year on offense was the Tyrod to Jalen Hyatt throw. But Ronnie Barnes is just a doctor. He's not the guy that's doing injury prevention. Ronnie Barnes is the doctor. Maybe you can blame Ronnie Barnes for saying that Daniel Jones was healthy, but for all I mean, it seems like they felt that he was healthy because he was out there running that quarterback sneak. So I mean, his neck had nothing to do with him tripping over Lawrence Cager. Tommy DeVito taking off, picking up 3. Yeah, Saquon's going to. I mean, as soon as they punt this, I'm going to start making my post game. But yeah, you're right. He is the trainer. I'm getting him confused with the Giants' official doctor. But either way, Ronnie Barnes' job isn't DeVito is taking a sack. But Ronnie Barnes' official job isn't injury prevention. That is the strength and conditioning coach. And at this point, the last strength and conditioning coach I remember is Aaron Wellman. So let's see, strength and conditioning coach. And I know Aaron Wellman is gone. But when he first got here, there was like a huge drop in injuries. Now our strength and conditioning coach is Craig Fitzgerald. Craig Fitzgerald. That's our guy, and this is his first year as strength and conditioning coach, and it hasn't gone well. Hasn't gone well at all for him. But I remember when Aaron Wellman got in here, the injuries immediately went down, and then they didn't. So I just think it's bad luck for the most part. But the Giants have punted, so you all know what time it is. I'm gonna go ahead and hit record and record this post game and make sure my microphone is on for OBS. But I'm gonna go ahead and talk for the next 8 to 10 minutes, record my post game, and then probably jump off stream. What's going on, YouTube? Diggy546, more of the same, no surprises here. More of the same. I mean, Daniel Jones comes back. Was I expecting a bunch of exciting things to happen today? I can't say I'm ever expecting that as a Giants fan. I just can't say. I mean, we're averaging 11 points. we are probably on track to be probably the worst offense in the Super Bowl era. So I can't say I expected it to see big plays, but I wouldn't have been surprised if the Giants came out here and scored 20-something points, 28 points, won this game like 28-3, 28-7, because I was expecting, like, the defense is playing so well that there's no way that a backup quarterback on a team that's not even a good football team is going to come in and be able to dominate this defense. Well, first off, that's what's happening. So blame Leo if you want. Blame Leo being gone if you want, because we were in a groove right there. But that part is what it is. But as far as the offense goes, it doesn't matter how good the defense is, because if your offense is putting up 11 points a game, if you have a historically great defense, you're not going to be able to win a bunch of games playing 11 to you're not going to be able to win a bunch of games scoring 11 points. So, I mean, Daniel Jones comes out there and immediately misses a couple of passes and comes back out there after the Raiders go down the field on our defense like nothing and misses high at deep as Michael McFadden blows up a play. I mean, Michael McFadden and Bobby Okereke, Dexter Lawrence and Deonte Banks and even Pinnock and Kayvon Thibodeau, they just make me feel good about the future of this defense. So if they weren't here, I would be completely on the downside as far as the future of this team and the future of this defense specifically. But we're in the third quarter right now, and the game's over, playing against a literally one of the worst teams in the league, 3-5, better record coming into this game than us, but one of the worst teams in the league. And they probably won't win too many more games than they are today. So, again, Daniel Jones got back out there, and Lawrence Cager is in the backfield, just like a Madden player, just standing there, facing Daniel Jones, and Daniel Jones trips over Lawrence Cager, and looks like he tweaked his knee, so he's limping off the field, and then he comes back out there, drops back, gets to the bottom of his drop, and tears his knee. It looks like tore his knee up, so his knee buckled right underneath him, and the game's over. And like I said, I did not have the utmost faith in Daniel Jones to come out here and be the quarterback that we all want him to be. That ball got tipped right there. I'm watching the game as I'm talking. So the defense is starting to make some plays, but they're down 27-0. But I didn't expect Daniel Jones to come out here and do that. But I did think that if we were going to have any quarterback put together 2 or 3 games where we could score 20-something points a game, it would be Daniel Jones out of any quarterback. He'd be the guy with the highest ceiling. So with him out, expect not to see many more big plays this year. Expect Tommy DeVito to stink the place up. And depending on what the Giants do, if they go out and get a guy like Carson Wentz, they're trying to win games. If they go out and get the guy Matt something, the guy that used to be Matt Barkley. If they go out and get Matt Barkley, then they're mailing it in. They're mailing it in, and they're going to go get Caleb Williams or Drake May. And I think that's maybe what they should do, as Gunnar Olszewski tried to return a punt and got tripped up by his own man. So literally, whatever they I'm just so disgusted here, man. I'm just so disgusted. So disgusted here. But I'm thinking that the plan now is probably to go out and get their quarterback in this draft. I think we will be a top 5 picking team. There's no way we can start DeVito every week or start someone of this caliber every week and not be picking top 5 at the very worst. So if we are, then we need to be using our resources to the best of our ability to get to that number 1 or number 2 spot to get one of the quarterbacks of our choice. Now we have 2 second-round picks. We got 2 second-round picks. And if we can't use 2 second-round picks, I'll give you 2 second rounds this year, and I'll give you a third next year to move up, 1 or 2 spots. If you can't do something like that, you're just not trying. Because Yes, a team at what, 13, 14, 15, they might give up multiple first round picks, but you don't have to do that if they're moving down one pick. And who cares? Maybe throw in a second this year and a first next year. Who cares? But go and get your franchise quarterback. Go and get the guy that is going to make an impact. Go and get that guy and just take it from there. Let Brian Dable develop a guy that he drafted. Let Brian Dable, and I know they paid him, but let Brian Dable develop that dude. Give him next year. See if that guy is trending in the right direction, and then give him the year after. And if not, then you got to move on from the coach. But I think Caleb Williams and Drake May, I think those two quarterbacks are going to be slam dunks. I think Michael Penix is going to be a slam dunk. He's just had issues with health, and he's a little bit older. But one of those two guys, I think is going to be a baller. I think they're going to be a baller. So I cannot root for this team to lose, and I'm not happy that this team is about to lose today. But if we can get a guy like Caleb Williams or Drake May, I would feel a ton better in the next year. I would feel like maybe the suffering that Giants fans have had to endure the past 10 years maybe meant something, maybe paid off, maybe went towards us getting something positive. Because right now, it's been just miserable. It's been just miserable. The last time we had a respectable offense was 2015. Last time we had a respectable offense was 2015. It's 2023. 2015, I graduated high school. 2015, I graduated high school. I am 26 years old. That's 8 years ago. So literally, we have got to get something as Giants fans. We have been suffering forever just to watch entertaining football on a consistent basis. Just to watch entertaining football. And now they finally hit Darius Slayton 20 yards downfield. But just to watch entertaining games with us as an offense, scoring points every week has been a struggle since 2015. So we got 9 more games of this, folks. This is ridiculous that we've got like 8 or 9 more games left of this. So just please give us something to root for next year. Give us a quarterback that we deserve. I think we have weapons. I think our offensive line is playing much better now that they're healthy. They got Andrew Thomas. You got Justin Pugh. You got JMS. You got Bredesen. You got Evan Neal. I think they're playing well. I really do. So get you a quarterback and get you a quarterback that is not punch drunk and let him air it out. Let him make some plays. Look at what C.J. Stroud did on a horrible team. Look at what C.J. Stroud did today. He threw for 470 and 5 touchdowns to Nico Collins and Tank Dell and Noah Brown and Dalton Schultz. Like, where's the Devontae Adams there? Where is the Devontae Adams? Where's the Stephon Diggs? Where's the Justin Jefferson? There's not one there. And this dude has had a great rookie season, so it can be done. We just have to get a rookie quarterback that can make something happen. So that's my little. I didn't want this to be a rant, but I guess that's my little rant for today. But it's the third quarter. It's 2 minutes left. We got Tommy DeVito in the game. 27-zip. There's not much to look forward to in this game, which is why I made this early. So here's to something finally being worth watching as a Giants fan. Hopefully, this is the last season that we have to be this just like emotionally detached from this football team just to make it through the week. I mean, the Giants, they got to start tanking now. They got to start tanking now. So it looks like the Giants are driving a little bit as you got a 4th and inches, and that was just a bad spot. But I'll stay on here. I'll stay on here just to see what they do here in the red zone on 4th and inches. I'll stick around just for this. 4th and inches. Hand off to Saquon, and you got some type of a penalty. And this is 4th and 5 because you got a false start. There's only so much, like I said, people can take. There's only so much. There's only so much you can take. All right, 4th and 5. Tommy DeVito, Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Shotgun. DeVito's going to have to let it fly. Saquon is going to have to work to get this first down, and he got it. So, like I said, I'll stay on until the end of this drive, and I'm going to sign off. And even if we score, I'm going to sign off because we're not coming back from 27-0 with Tommy DeVito. But luckily, Tommy DeVito had the wherewithal to hit Saquon in the flat right there. That was the only way we were going to get that. 1st and 10. Tommy DeVito making calls at the line. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Here we go. He's got time. He's hitting Darius Slayton, who's going to make some noise after the catch. Picks up about 6 right there. And it's like, if DeVito could do this here, why couldn't he just throw the ball last week one time? But I'll take the loss if it's going to get us Caleb Williams. Second and 2 here for DeVito. DeVito on the shotgun. He's going to hand it off 100% to Breida, who should be getting his entire time here. Breida should have been getting 8 to 10 carries a game. Give him 8 to 10. Give Saquon about 16, 17, 18. But Breida barely touches the football. Kind of surprised they didn't shop them around. Well, I mean, we don't know if they shopped him around or not. That's something I just can't do as a fan. I mean, we don't know if Joe Schoen tried to trade Adoree Jackson. Maybe they didn't want him. Because obviously, if Joe Schoen saw a deal out there for Adoree Jackson, I think he would have dealt him. Just like Leonard Williams. I mean, we got a 2nd-round pick for him. So I think that those guys, if someone wanted them, they would be on another team right now. And I think also Joe Schoen understands that this team is so bad that he wants the team to be a watchable team for the rest of the year. But I don't know. I don't know if he shopped him or not. If he didn't, I mean, doesn't make sense to me because I think Adoree was the easiest guy that people felt needed to go. Just because of the young corners that are there. And, you want them to get reps either way. But yeah, I mean, I agree right there. I don't think that he had that much of a market because he has not played well this year. He hasn't played well this year, and that's kind of what happens. Do I like Caleb Williams or Drake May? I like Caleb Williams better still. I think he's the better prospect. He's on a team that is kind of letting him down. But you see Caleb Williams gets let down and he puts up 300-something yards and like 3-4 touchdowns. So Caleb Williams is, to me, the better prospect. But Drake May is a big, strong quarterback with a strong arm. He can make something happen. He can improvise. He can run. He can do it all too. So I would be happy with either one of those two quarterbacks, honestly. Honestly, I'd be happy with either one. Yeah, and the reason that Adoree is on this team is because we thought that that team was going to be a playoff team. We thought that that team was going to be a playoff team. We literally got Adoree Jackson and Kenny Galladay because we thought that team was going to take the next step and become a playoff team, and those would be the guys that would put us over the top. But we probably should have just paid Bradbury. Probably should have just done that. Hand off to Saquon. Saquon is patient. He's picking up 4.5. But yeah, if we'd have just paid Bradbury, I mean, we probably wouldn't have had to deal with this stuff. Appreciate you stopping in, Dave. Second and 6, as the Giants have put together their best drive of the day so far. Tommy DeVito. He's got all day. He's throwing to the corner of the end zone, and you got a guy, Wan'Dale, wide open in the corner of the end zone. Let's go. Giants touchdown. Wan'Dale Robinson is hype. Should I stay on, guys? Should I stay on? Should I? Because if the Giants defense comes out and like gets a pick 6 or something, maybe I need to stay on. Maybe they're going to make a comeback with Tommy DeVito. Maybe that makes sense. I don't think it does. I don't think it does. But let's see what the defense does. I'm supposed to be off here, man. They're going for 2. Because I guess if they I don't get the point of going for 2, but I guess Dable is better at math than me. And now they're running a false start. Really? And now there's a false. Okay, that's a timeout. I thought it was a false start. DeVito actually made a decent play. He saw a guy wide open and hit him in the end zone. But the Giants will come back out here. Here, 27-6. Matt Breida in the backfield. Saquon in the backfield. Everybody with their hand in the dirt. Changing formations. Saquon at wide receiver. Looks like some Philly special type stuff going on. What was that about? I mean, just throw the ball. Bellinger just kind of held onto it and couldn't really do much of anything. And it's like you might as well just throw it up just to try to make something happen because I don't get what that was about. I mean, if they cover it, I mean, what's the point of you holding on to it? Oh, so talking echo, you said you called it. You said you called it. You knew the team would be this bad. Yeah, they actually scored on. They actually did score. They pretty much got down the field, and Tommy DeVito found Wan'Dale in the back of the end zone. I just really feel like these receivers are much better than what we see out of them because the situation that they're in is just so bad. Like, I really feel like Wan'Dale Robinson is a good player. I feel like Hyatt is a good player. I feel like Slayton and Hodgins are good players. I don't think that any of these guys are like top 10 players. Maybe Hyatt could be. Maybe Robinson could be top 10, top 15 type receivers. But I just think above all, they're just good players. And I think that things can be had. Like, we can make plays with them. but we just, we haven't been able to do it. What I meant to say is, I thought that the team would be this bad last season. Okay, yeah, I did too. I didn't think they'd be this bad because this is like probably every time I watch the Giants, I always think like there's no way they could possibly be worse than what I've seen today. But they always manage to do it. So they always manage to do it. Like they always manage to be a worse team and perform worse than I thought that they possibly could. Like I just never thought that it would like the game against Philly, and I think what 2017 or 26, somewhere around that, where Eli Manning and Fletcher Cox and the Eagles and Brandon Graham just destroyed Eli Manning that day, all day, all night actually, and they're all black uniforms, and we scored 0 points, and I was like, this is the worst I've ever felt. This is the worst performance. This is just bad, and there's been at least like 2 or 3 games this year that I felt much worse than that game. Because when you got a quarterback that just doesn't cut it, it's just nothing like it. When you're scoring like 10 points in a game, or you're scoring 7 or 3 points or 9 points because you kick 3 field goals in a game, when you're doing that and you've done it like the last couple of weeks too, it's just a different feeling. It hits different. And look at them trying to stop Josh Jacobs now. Like, what are you doing? Come on now. I know y'all aren't going to try and come back. I just know this team isn't going to try to come back in the fourth quarter. AJ Brown is tearing the Cowboys up. As I mean, this is expected. I think DJ is done, but he walked off under his own power, and he kind of walked gingerly, but didn't look horrible. So maybe it's a bad knee sprain, and maybe he's back in 5 weeks. But I'm assuming that it's an ACL because he immediately grabbed his knee, tossed to Josh Jacobs, and he's going nowhere. He's getting about 2.5 yards right there. So this will make this 3rd and 8, and maybe imagine if this team with Tommy DeVito comes back. Imagine if this team with Tommy DeVito comes back. And it does look like Philly's going to be the first repeat winners of the division since 2005 or 2004 when they did it before. Oh, man, I can't stand Philly. Aiden O'Connell, 3rd and 8. Is he going to get it done? 5, 4, 3. Cordell Flott drove somebody to the ground. I kind of got quiet right there because I thought they would throw a flag. That time they sniffed out that screen completely. But it's like the Giants usually can't stop screens. Oh, man, this team put me to sleep. But the Giants usually can't stop screens, and they can't run screens themselves. So that's refreshing to see that. Michael Penix. I would love to have him on the roster, to have him as the quarterback. It just concerns me about all the injuries that he's gotten. And because of the injuries, I'm thinking that he's probably going to go lower than his talent says he should go. But if that dude was healthy and 2 years younger, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he didn't tear his ACL multiple times and have a bunch of other injuries that, made him have to play 6 years in college, then I would be really excited to get him on the team because he's got a lot of great tools, like great anticipation, good accuracy, good accuracy from the pocket. He can also move a little bit. So he can throw the ball, over the mountains like Uncle Rico. So if he's on the team, I'm going to be excited. but I'm going to be scared about the injuries. And the same thing with Quinn Ewers. I'll be scared about the injuries, but I'll also be excited because I think he has a high ceiling. But the way I see it, man, like you got your two top guys. You got Drake May. You got Caleb Williams. You got J.J. McCarthy. You got Quinn Ewers. You got Penix. You got I said J.J. McCarthy already. And then your second team, you got Jaden Daniels. Some people like Cam Ward. I'm not really that high on him, but I think that's 6 guys you got right there. All 6 of those guys. One of those 6 guys is going to be on the board when the Giants pick. It's just about, do you want to pick him or not? Do you want to pick him or not? If you do, he'll be there. Now, if they really don't believe in one of these quarterbacks, like if J.J. McCarthy's the third quarterback and you have the 6th pick and, he's there, but you don't think that he's going to be that good, don't reach for him. Don't take the quarterback. But I just feel like they have to think that 3 of these quarterbacks this year, 3 or 4 of these quarterbacks are worth taking in the top 10. So you should be taking one. But yeah, if Tommy DeVito goes out there, we might pick number 1. And I will take it. I will take it. If we're picking 1, if the Giants pick number 1, if we get that pick, guys, and we trade out of it, or we don't take a quarterback, I promise you folks, you might not see me here next year. You might not see me here next year. I mean, they have got to take. They just got to take a quarterback. Yeah, Arizona has Kyler coming back, but it's kind of up in the air. I feel like they're trying to stretch it out to try to get as high a pick as they can. But the first pick is definitely in play. Tommy DeVito, 6 for 8, 80 yards. He's dropping back again. He's got time. He's still got time. He's running to the edge, and he's going to literally give Max Crosby a sack by running out of bounds for a -1 yard. If I'm Max Crosby, I'm saying, like, Max Crosby is taunting this dude. Oh, my God. Max Crosby is taunting this dude. You literally just gave Max Crosby a free sack because you ran out of bounds behind. But that's what our starting quarterback does too. So, I mean, that's a Giants play. 2nd and 11 coming up. Hand off to Saquon. Saquon's got space. He's here getting his free yards. Unless we hit a big play, if this drive is another like 4 or 5 minute drive, my thing is, do I have to record another post-game video because I've seen the team score a touchdown now? Or am I good? Like, do I not have to record another one? Because, like, do I feel any different about how this game went because of what I just seen right now? 3rd and 4. Tommy DeVito stepping up in the pocket, tries to spin, and he's going to take a sack. So, like I said, do I have to re-record a video? But the Giants got to go for it here on 4th down if they want to win the game. Like, they got to score on this drive if they want to actually try to come back and win. Matt Crosby has kind of been like, he's kind of been beating Evan Neal around the corner, but I mean, Tommy DeVito is doing a good job of just stepping up in the pocket. Like, if Evan Neal is going to get beat, like, I mean, why not just let him run around the corner, which he's doing. So good on Evan Neal to just compete like that. And that's a false start right there, which they didn't call. And there's a 3-man rush he had all day, and Hyatt dropped the ball. Oh, Hodgins dropped the ball. I saw the one. But Isaiah Hodgins, I mean, he doesn't play much. So, I mean, he's not in rhythm. But, yeah, I'm not going to re-record that post-game video. Folks are going to have to get what they get. They're going to have to get what they get. But I mean, can you blame Hodgins for dropping that? He barely sees the field. A guy who was basically the number one receiver last year barely sees the field. And it's like, what changed to where you say, we're going to completely abandon throwing the ball to Isaiah Hodgins? The Giants literally have 4 or 5 players that I think are good receivers. Good receivers. Not great receivers, not star receivers, good receivers. And they don't have an offense. Yeah, he forgot. He forgot what catching a pass felt like. He forgot. I mean, he never plays. For what, I don't know, but he never plays. But yeah, congrats to Antonio Pierce. The revenge game is complete. The Giants are not coming back. Who knows what they're going to do at quarterback? It's popcorn to really see what they do with Matt Barkley or Carson Wentz or whoever. It's popcorn to see what will happen right there. But it looks like we're in, as Shannon Sharp would say, the catbird seat. We're in the catbird seat for that number 1 pick. And if we can just get the first pick, I mean, maybe this will all be worth it if we get a guy. Maybe this will all be worth it. So I'm going to wrap up the stream right here. Appreciate y'all for hanging. I'm going to get this video uploaded, and hopefully something exciting is going to be happening next year. But we play Dallas next week. So it is what it is, folks. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Click over to the Eagles and Dallas game. You'll actually see what real football looks like.